Welcome everyone to This is Jackson. I'm your host, Barry Rosenzweig from the Jackson School District. Well, today we are talking about something that is such a great part of the history of the Jackson School District, and in particular, Jackson Memorial High School. The Jackson Jaguar Marching Band, yes! And I am thrilled to be with the director of the Jackson Memorial High School Band, the Jaguar Marching Band, and that is Jason Diaz. Jason!
Nice to see you, Barry.
It's great to see you.
Absolutely.
And before the show, we just were talking as two friends, because I know Jason since he's been here in the Jackson School District.
Yep.
And how many years is it already?
It's 13 years. 13 years in the district. I know.
Can't believe it.
Yep.
13 years already. And, well, Jason has had a great career right here already. And just give us a quick overview of your career here
My
in Jackson.
career, I started at Getz Middle School. I was the chorus director over at Getz. And then a beginning band director position opened up at McCullough, so I went to the sister middle school. I spent 7 years over there, and then the assistant band director here at Memorial opened up, so they invited me to come over here. So I got to work side by side with Bud, who was my predecessor. So I worked with him for 4 years, and then Bud retired last February. And once again, I was asked to step into his shoes, and I have the honor of running all of what he started and the tradition and all the things you talked about during the introduction. So I'm very honored to actually be in my first year here as the band director of Jackson Memorial.
Well, welcome aboard.
Thank you. It's been a great ride.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
And your 13 years really have set that tone for you of the kind of musician you are, the kind of teacher that you are, and certainly the kind of role model you are for all the students that have passed through your hands, so to speak, all the way through. So from middle school to high school, both middle schools to high school as well. And even last year you were involved with both high schools.
A little bit, yes.
You know, because you did part of your day at Liberty as well as
I got to work with Mr. Crotona, and it was actually really cool to work with him because his high school students, every single one of his high school students last year, I actually had the opportunity to start when they were in 6th grade. So I got to see the progression from 6th grade all the way up to where they are right now. It's a great experience.
It really is.
Yeah.
And I think you'll know, everyone, just from this very beginning of our show, featuring the Jaguar Marching Band, and of course, our director of the Jaguar Marching Band, Jason Diaz. Jason has the attitude, the right attitude. He's positive, and this is the way he is. He's not just putting it on for the TV show, because I know Jason Diaz since he came to Jackson School District. And he's always been this way, and your positive attitude certainly feeds right into the students, and you expect it. And they do pick up on you and your attitude of, let's get it done. And I love what you said before to me before the show. One step at a time, slowly, but let's do it right.
Yep.
Could you expound on your philosophy of getting things done for the Jaguar Band?
I am all about slow and steady wins the race. I'm all about let's do it right the first time. Let's learn it. Let's take time and learn the concepts so we can learn it once, and then we have a fantastic product. It takes time to develop what we do here. I mean, 200 kids. To get 200 kids to do the same thing all at the same time takes a lot of patience and a lot of commitment to what we do.
Well, I know the students are committed. When they come into the band, they know that they have to practice. They know how much work it is to prepare for all of the different activities that they have throughout the school year. So the Jaguar Band is, well, it's so highly involved throughout the year. It's amazing. So how do you want to begin? Shall we talk about...
Do you want to talk about schedule?
How about schedule?
Okay, let's talk about schedule.
Let's do that.
The Memorial schedule actually starts, for the students, we start in July. So we do 3 weeks over the summer in July, and we have night rehearsals for 2 days a week. And then we take 2 weeks off, and then we come back in August, and then we have a 2-week band camp, which they're here from business hours, from 8 to 4 in the afternoon. So for 2 weeks we do that.
Boy.
And then we have 2 weeks off again, and then the school year starts, and then we are here 3, sometimes 4 days a week doing stuff in addition to our normal school day.
Well, okay, well, students do their normal school day. So if you're in the band or considering the band, you're here, you're doing your regular classes and so on. Then with band, you have night rehearsals.
Yep, we have Tuesday, Thursday night rehearsals.
Okay.
And then we do an occasional Friday football game. We do home games, right? We do home football games.
Right.
And then pretty much every Saturday from September until the first week of November, we have either a competition or a rehearsal or a combination of 2, sometimes 2 competitions.
Wow.
We keep them busy.
You say, boy, a master of the understatement. Keep them busy.
Yeah.
And you know, the interesting point for me, and it just shows the growth of the program, you have 200 students involved in the program.
202 this year.
202.
Nobody's counting.
Nobody's counting. Well, but we will for this. 202 students. That is over 10% of the student population here at Jackson Memorial. So, because the student population is a little over 1,800?
Yes, that's correct.
Wow.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
For an activity to involve over 10% of the student population.
Yep.
Wow. So it's an incredible kind of activity, and all of the facets of the activity, equipment, moving everybody around, the logistics of it all, getting them to and from whatever the competition is.
Yep.
And I know that besides all of the commitment of the students, you've got parent commitment. Can we talk about that maybe for a moment?
I love talking about the parent organization here because this program would not function without that parent organization at all. I mean, we have 200 students, so we have probably about 50 to 70 active parents that help us day in and day out. I mean, I am so fortunate where I can pick up the phone and call either my band parent president or my equipment crew chief, and I need this, and it's done, and in 12 hours, all of that list is done.
Wow.
You know, we are very, very fortunate here that we have that organization. We could not do it without them. You know, financially, just physically, we wouldn't be able to do what we do without them.
Well, I know that I've seen so many of the shows over the years that the band parents are right out there to move things, help you get the setup, break down, move it around.
Anything you see on the field, they also construct all of that by hand.
Wow.
Everything is done by them. I just give them a list. I say, this is kind of what my vision is.
Right.
And again, Mr. McCormick did the same thing.
Right.
And they say, okay, let's run with it. And they tweak it and adjust it. And it's again, it's phenomenal what they do.
Parents, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Now, who's the president of your parent organization?
Her name is Lisa Jansen.
Lisa Jansen.
So it's her, and then the umbrella, there's an executive that goes with that, and Eric Robin runs our equipment crew, and Patty Boyce runs our uniforms. I mean, the list is endless.
Wow.
Absolutely endless of the parents.
Parents, thank you.
Yep.
And for those people watching our show, this is Jackson. We are featuring the Jackson Memorial High School Jaguar Marching Band. It's an institution here. And the Jaguar Band, the director is Jason Diaz. Your assistant director is Eric Fiqueira.
That's correct.
Eric Fiqueira. And he couldn't be with us this morning, but we'll get him on camera at some point during the year. But you parents, thank you. Thank you so much, parents, for what you do. The Band Parent Organization. You're incredible. I know you always have been. And I know that even for food during those trips, when you're in the bus for X number of hours, we've got young people, and young people's appetites are infamous for being, wow, I got to eat every minute, you know.
They like to eat.
Because they're young and they're vibrant and they're burning up calories even sitting. So they help out even with something like that.
I have somebody that's in charge of the food. Yeah, I mean, I have a parent that runs our food crew. You know, if we do a Saturday rehearsal, they're usually getting fed before or after, you know. I just sent out an email the other day about that for this weekend.
Well, I know that there are so many facets to this. We're going to try to get to as many as we can.
Sure.
But thanks, band parents. You're the best. Thumbs up because of you. Thank you. It runs because of them. Now, students, what are we going to see this year? Let's talk about competitions. You said it's from September?
That's correct.
to the beginning of November.
That's correct.
So
So
obviously then,
we start
you've
with
got a number of them.
we start with local competitions. So we
Okay.
started at Brick, and then we went to Toms River East. This past weekend we had our home competition, which means a whole bunch of bands came here.
And you hosted.
We did. We hosted our own competition. It was a little rainy, but we mustered through it, and we were talking about the raincoats. So
Yes, new raincoats,
yes.
new raincoats.
We
Wait
got
till you see 'em.
we got to wear our new raincoats, and now basically from this point to the end of the season, now we're getting to more of the larger venues. This weekend we're going to be going to MetLife Stadium. The competition circuit that we go through hosts a Yamaha sponsored event.
Wow.
So we'll be at MetLife this weekend, and then next weekend we're going to be at Rutgers University. That's the state competition. So we're going to go up against bands
In
across
the new state, the regular football stadium?
Yes, High Point.
That gorgeous, beautiful,
Mhm, where they added the back end.
right.
Yep, we're going to be
Oh.
at that stadium.
See, I went to Rutgers, I hate to say this, folks, so long ago that it was way before this new stadium. It was just the old little,
Okay.
I mean, it's a football stadium,
Yeah.
but it wasn't anything like
No,
what's there now.
Yeah, no, the stadium's huge.
Wow, because I'm an old Rutgers graduate. There are you, rah, rah. Anyway, so you're going there.
Yes.
Wow. So, and now, aren't there things like the Atlantic Coast Division or
they
whatever
do
they
that.
call
They do that in a different circuit. We do
Oh,
the circuit that we're in right now. They do a state level, and then they actually do a nationals level.
Oh,
So yeah, they
okay.
don't do a regional.
I wasn't-
You're referring to a regional level. I know a different circuit does that.
Oh, okay.
No, it's
Wasn't aware of
okay.
that.
No, but we're going to the nationals competition. That's the first week of November.
And where does that
That's
take
going to be at J.
place?
Bernie Crum Stadium in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's, again, another fantastic, it's actually an old venue. I did some history on that
Ah.
venue. It's like a 100-year-old venue. It has the concrete stadium and very
Wow.
Art Deco feel to it. Yeah,
Oh, my
it's really
goodness.
cool.
So being in the band isn't just practicing and playing at football games.
No.
There's a lot of work. You're doing competitions. With these competitions,
Mhm.
you keep everybody tuned up, toned, ready to go with your evening practices,
Mhm.
and you know everybody knows their routine
Mhm.
because they've begun learning it even as early as July.
July.
So July, they get the basic music to
Yep.
begin with?
Yep, we start the music at the end of the school year, but we really
And-
start refining it in the July rehearsals.
Right.
And then we start the visual program, the marching around the field, the visual part. We start that in August. And then really from September all the way up to November, it's continual work on refining. We start adding horn pops and visuals and try to continually engage the audience and get as much
Wow.
reaction out of the audience. It's an art form.
So it is an art form.
Mhm.
I mean, it's amazing. So how long is your routine this year?
It's about 12 minutes.
About 12 minutes.
Mhm.
And the routine is called
It's called Letters from Home.
Jaguar Marching Band Letters from Home. Explain to us, what are we going to see when we put your video in the show today, the 12 minutes?
This year we tried to do a program. We were looking for an Americana theme, and then we started picking music, and then we were trying to find a storyline that tied to all the music that we did. And one of our staff members came up with this idea called Letters from Home. It's about a soldier getting trained for war and having the yearning to get back home, and he has to be not ripped away from his family, but leaving his family and still wanting to be there,
Sure.
but serving his duty and learning about training and going off to battle,
Wow.
and still that yearning to come home and that eventual journey to get home and see his wife and see his family. And
Now, what are some of the music that we're going to see here first?
I mentioned we're doing Americana music. We are doing
Americana.
all American compositions. We're doing Copland's Fanfare for a Common Man.
Oh, I love
It's great piece.
Oh, wow, yes.
I know, Bear. I know you're a music person.
Wow,
So.
a music person. Oh, you just hit me.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that composition.
Martin Gould's American Salute.
Sure.
Another classic American
Sure.
composition. We're doing Bernstein's Make Our Garden Grow from the opera Candide.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So that's our really pull about the two families and the husband and the wife. It's a really intricate scene right in the middle of the field.
Wow.
And then actually Eric Ficarra wrote an original percussion feature, which was great. I mean, he came in 3 months in. He's like, hey, I think I want to write something. And I said, just go to town, have fun.
Wow.
So the kids are really enjoying that. And then we finished our program with Appalachian Springs, which is another Copland
Oh.
selection.
Yes, and classic.
Absolutely.
So what are some of the highlights? What are some of the things we need to see, to watch for as we look at this?
Visually, if you look at the first piece, the Fanfare for the Common Man, you're going to see right on the 50-yard line. Our band parents created a park bench scene where it has a light post that actually works, and you're going to see the husband and the wife, you know, giving the last hug before he goes off.
Oh my goodness.
You know, into the training day. And then our second selection is called Training Day, so we're calling the selection. So he's again prepping up for war. Our third selection is, we have another platform that has an Army tent, and then our Army person is going to be reading a letter, and then missing, wanting to go home. And then on the other side of the field, you're going to see the wife, again, the correspondence between the husband and the wife. So we have soloists that kind of enhance that. We have a trumpet soloist and a mellophone soloist that enhance that scene.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And then we finish off the last 30 seconds of the show. You're going to see the soldier with a really huge American flag running through the field, coming back to the wife. And again, you get that embrace, that final embrace, coming home.
I have goosebumps.
Great. I'm glad. That's the effect that we're looking for.
My whole body is one big goosebump. This is a melodrama within a musical drama within a marching band.
Tying as many musical as arts. I'm not even saying musical, as many arts element as we can.
What does the band front get involved with now?
They're doing actually a lot of the stuff that I described. They're doing a lot of those roles.
Okay.
You know, and then they're with their flag work and all of their saber work, and they're adding a lot of the visual color that goes along with the program.
Okay. So this is all intertwined
in a 12-minute show.
A 12-minute show.
Yep.
Americana Letters from Home. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time this year on our show, This is Jackson, we are honored to present the 12-minute marching band routine of the Jackson Memorial High School Jaguar Marching Band under the direction of Jason Diaz and under the direction of, would you please name our drum majors that they're going to see in action?
Sure. You're going to see Kelly McNally, who's a senior here.
Right.
You're also going to see Leah Bantang, who's also a senior, and Vance Balsay, who is a junior.
Wow. The three drum majors, and now you are going to see Letters from Home.
Drum majors, is the band ready? Jackson Memorial High School Jaguar Marching Band, you may now take the field in exhibition.
Wow.
Was that pretty cool?
Wow.
Yeah.
Folks, you have just seen the wonderful, wonderful Letters from Home, and it is a phenomenal routine. I love the music. Just the music alone. If you sat down on the field and just played it for me, I'd be mesmerized.
Yep.
But to have the entire story told by music, movement, band front, moving and grooving, and you know, just utilizing their sabers and the flags. I like the way you said earlier before we had the video that they add the color to it with the sound, and it just enhances the whole
That's what I was going to say.
program.
It enhances everything.
Yeah.
Everything that we're doing.
How wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, when you go to all of your competitions, this is your routine. But you said something earlier, that even though you begin in July with music, then you go in August and you do blocking on the field and starting to move, and then play with motion and get everybody where they belong and all that. You said something that it's always a work in progress.
Absolutely.
You were going to add some other things?
It's always, it's kind of like, the word that's coming to me, it's almost like a living document. You know, you put it on the field, you assess it, and then you see what can we do to enhance it. You know, what can we do to make it better? You know, what needs to be tweaked? What will work better if we try this and do this?
Right.
And it's kind of, it's never a final document.
Terrific. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
And just what we have already that we've seen is just magnificent. But you may even do little tweaking as the
I mean, my
season goes
students
on.
know there's always room to grow.
Great.
They know that it's never a finished document.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So there's growth and there's beauty and there's learning new music and music to enhance their repertoire
Absolutely.
themselves
Absolutely.
as performers. Now, you mentioned earlier, too, that you're going to be doing some other travel.
Oh, yeah.
Where is the band going this year?
Well, we're going to Disney World this year.
Disney World!
Mom, I'm going to Disney World.
I guess we'll have to do a TV This Is Jackson show from Disney World.
That'd be great.
Whoa! I wouldn't mind doing that at all.
That'd be great, yeah.
How wonderful. When are you going?
We're going over spring break, so we're going April 7th through the 11th, I believe.
Wonderful.
So the last time Jackson Memorial went to Disney was my first year here, actually. So it was 2005.
Right.
The last big trip that the band went on was when we went to California for the Torn Roses Parade. So, I mean, again, going back and forth, I think the kids deserve, and
How wonderful.
yeah, they're ready to go on another big trip. So that's been in
Wow.
development since June of last year.
Wonderful.
So
they're going to be going there. You're going to be, are you parading at all in?
we are. The band is
Disney?
parading at Magic Kingdom.
Magic
Yep,
Kingdom.
it's Saturday the 8th, if anybody wants to go down. And the Jazz Ensemble is actually playing as well. So they're playing in what was formerly known as Downtown Disney. So the jazz, not that this is a Jazz Ensemble thing, but the Jazz Ensemble's done really well the last few years. So we put an
Wonderful.
audition tape in, and they were accepted. So
Wonderful.
yeah.
Now, I just heard that the Electric Light Parade is being changed
it
or
was
something?
Just discontinued.
Just
from what I
discontinued.
hear, they moved it out to Disneyland in California.
Oh,
So
so do they have any parade?
they have an afternoon parade. This is what they were telling me
Oh, an
recently. Yeah,
afternoon,
they have an
okay.
afternoon parade.
Because it used to be evening, every evening.
So we are still marching in the evening, but they set aside a small block of time in the 7 o'clock area for any bands that still want to continue to do that. So we're actually going to be one of the featured ensembles in the night
Wow.
parade.
Now, very simply, I have to tell you something, folks. I was there when the Jaguar Marching Band was at Disney in 2005. I was there because I was on my honeymoon. And we spent the whole week at Disney, and I got to see the band. And the trouble was, the evening they were going to do the Electric Light Parade, it rained so hard that the rain was sideways because of the wind.
I had no
It was
idea.
not just raining downwards, it was raining sideways. And it was phenomenal. They could not march, nobody could march. But, so we missed that on that evening, but we knew it was there, we were at the park.
Yeah.
So I remember when the Jaguar Marching Band was there in 2005. So good luck to you this year with that.
Thank you so
That
much.
was wonderful. What a great year.
Yep.
In your first year as band director, a fabulous show, Letters from Home. You've got all the competitions. And by the way, how is the band doing in competitions right now?
Oh, they're doing great. They just this past weekend they got the highest score of the season. So we're in the mid-80s right now. It's a great place to be at this point in the season.
Wow.
And again, just keep improving, and then every week the score goes up, and that's what we're looking for. That's what we tell the kids. Constant improvement.
And they are just as excited as you are.
Absolutely.
I know they are.
Absolutely.
That attitude of yours is always so positive. I know that as a role model, it just rubs right off onto the students as well. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to finish the rest of the show with two of your students so that I can get a student perspective of being in the Jaguar Marching Band.
Absolutely.
So Jason Diaz, Barry, thank you so much for being with me.
It's always nice to see you. Thank you very much. You're a huge supporter of our program and, you know, in the school district, and it's great to always see you around here. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Jason Diaz, Director of the Jaguar Marching Band. It is my pleasure to be with two students from the Jaguar Marching Band. We have Rachel Northrup. You're a senior?
Yes.
Dun, da, da. And we have Hunter Fink, and you're a senior.
Yes.
And dun, da, da. Hunter is actually Wilbur, but we'll get to why I'm going to call him Wilbur. No, it's Hunter, but he does play in one of the plays. Look at this, look. Jackson Memorial High School presents Charlotte's Web. Bum, ba, bum. And there he is. He is in Charlotte's Web, and he is Wilbur the pig.
That's
Dun,
right.
da-da. And you know, that's the way it goes. I mean, he's busy. And now, are we ready for you, Miss Northrup? Rachel, you are in the band as well, but you're not in a play, but you're involved with activities, aren't you?
Yes.
Besides the band.
Mm-hmm.
But what are some of your activities?
Well, I dance outside of school.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yeah.
Classical or jazz? Or
Jazz, ballet, tap.
Oh, you do it all?
Yeah.
Have you been doing it since you were a little one?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Like 3 years old? Starting with that? Yeah?
Yep.
Oh, how wonderful.
And then I'm also in the spring musicals.
Oh, you are? Okay.
I dance in those.
And you dance in the musical as well. The reason I'm bringing this out right away, and then we're going to go to their jobs within the band. When you're in the marching band, it does take a great deal of time. It takes a great deal of effort. We heard what Mr. Diaz was saying about the amount of practice starting even in July, going into August with the 2 weeks of band camp every single day, 8 to 4. I feel like Dolly Parton saw 9 to 5, you know, but 8 to 4. And it's like an incredible, and then you also contended with 98-degree heat during that period of time, during that 2 week period. That was phenomenal to be able to do that.
Well, yeah, I mean, band camp in itself, the 2 week period that you're referring to it's a whole adventure in itself. Like there are other July rehearsals before that, and then there's the season after that, but band camp has its own kind of aura to it, because it's probably the longest 2 weeks of your whole year,
Because of the work.
Right, exactly.
And the time and the weather.
Absolutely.
To contend with as well.
Yeah.
But your dedication is to be admired and lauded and applauded, guys.
Thank you.
And I know you represent the 200 members of the band. So move in just a teeny bit closer so I can get you. Now, you're involved with all those other activities in your life. You're involved with the drama club, I know, Hunter. What else?
Well, we just started the a cappella group last year, and that's something that we got going this year as well. I'm in the chorus, and I also do the spring musicals with Rachel. And the last couple of years I did do the jazz ensemble with Mr. Diaz. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to this year, but yeah.
Well, you have to make there's got to be a break point with time.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's what I am leading up to. Your dedication is incredible. I just mentioned it on camera, to be applauded and so on. You are, what do you feel as a student is your most difficult challenge to be in the band and doing your academics, as well as the band, as well as the plays, as well as your dancing? Talk to us. Tell us, what does it take to be successful? Go ahead. Rachel?
A lot of dedication and time management, because we all
Time
have
management.
Yeah, we all have a lot going on, so it's like hard to get everything done, but it's possible and it's all worth it.
Is it not true that they say if you need something done, go to the busiest person, not somebody who has nothing to do, if you want to get something done?
Well, yeah.
True?
Actually, I've had many conversations with Mr. Diaz about this specific thing. Is that the more stuff you have on your plate, the more time management skill you have to have. And when you get home from that rehearsal at 9 o'clock and you want to go to bed, if you have homework to do, you can't just go to bed. You gotta fit in that extra half hour to get everything you have to get done. And
Right.
that's probably the hardest part about being involved with so many activities.
But you get it done, as you said, Rachel
Yeah.
and Hunter. And you're successful with all of your activities.
I would hope so, yeah.
Well, and I know academics, we are a fully academic high school with all of the other accoutrements, bands and drama club and spring musical and different clubs galore. So anything you want to do here at JMHS, whatever interest you have, we've got something for you here right at JMHS. So band is one of them. But to get them done, I love that you said time management, and you seem to get it done. I do have one other question, and it may seem silly, but I don't mean it in a funny way. You do have a social life, don't you? Do you?
Yeah, absolutely.
And can you fit that in? Anybody answer?
Well, actually, that's one of the first reasons that I had a huge interest in joining the program, because I actually did not do the band my freshman year. I kind of came into high school kind of not knowing what I wanted to do, what activities I wanted to participate in, and then I found out that most of my friends from middle school are always gone on Saturdays for some reason. They can't hang out during the week because they're at this marching band rehearsal. And I'm like, well, what's going on here? I've never heard all this time commitment. I'm like, well, maybe I should give this a shot. And
I love it.
yeah, the following year.
I love it. Yeah.
Following year, I was able to join, and it's been a great opportunity to have that social life with all the friends in marching band while we have the free times between rehearsals and between competitions, and while we have like our huge lunches before we go on and stuff like that. And that's
Which we alluded to with the band parents helping to provide that food to keep you guys going, because you're always hungry. Young people are always hungry.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Do you concur, Rachel, with what Hunter said?
Yeah, it's such a great experience, like having 200 friends, it's awesome.
So when you join the band, you already have 198, or 200, because it's 202, but as Mr. Diaz said, who's counting? 202 people in the band. So you've got 200 friends already
Yeah.
to network with,
Yep.
to be social with, to help each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, that is an important criteria here. I'm going to then jump for a moment to your jobs in the band. So what is your position, Rachel, in the band?
I play the clarinet and I'm a marching captain.
Which means?
So I help teach the basics of marching, like technique and posture and just roll step, the technique of how to march.
How to march, right?
Yes.
And be able to perform and look uniform or even. You don't.
Exactly.
You don't do all of this kind of stuff when you're marching, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're
Just making
marching
us look good.
to make you look good.
And
So
it's-
that's a great deal of work.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow. And you are the captain. Who do you work with as captain of that?
There's 2 other marching captains.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Matt Pastore and Dan Carvalho.
Right, so there are 3
Yep.
for 202 students.
Yes.
That's a lot of people to work with. So you could be working with any particular group of instruments at any time?
Yep.
Okay, and
Usually work, as a whole band, or we split up into sections.
and you're looking for, when you work with them,
Just
the uniformity?
yes.
the specific way of marching. They've got to be in step with one another.
Timing, just making it look good.
Even a turn can be difficult.
Yes, everything has so much detail.
That's
it
what
requires
yep.
so much effort and
Right.
like focus. It's a lot. And
Gotcha. So being able to perform on the instrument, performing with good tone, tonality, rhythmical, and so on, and marching at the same time. That's a lot. That is a focus factor.
Oh yeah.
Your entire body, head to toe, is involved, plus performing. Wow, thank you for doing all that. Hunter, your job within the band.
So I play the tuba, and I'm the section leader of the tuba section, which that basically consists of holding sectionals before rehearsals or during rehearsals, making sure everyone in my section has their music down and they know the notes, they're doing the correct movements, helping them if they're having some difficulty, especially the newer members, with any of the marching things while we're on the field practicing, and the marching captains can't come over and address them specifically.
Right.
That's what the section leaders are for.
So there's a lot of responsibility here.
Yeah, definitely.
yes.
And you handle that, again, with such aplomb that it's wonderful to understand that you can do all of this. And your attitudes are definitely reflective of the marching band director, Jason Diaz, because he is always so positive that it's never a rainy day, even if it is a rainy day.
Right.
There's always the sun coming out, you know, to make it work, and to have that wonderful smiley attitude and saying, yeah, I can do this. Now, I'm going to do something, one other thing, which I didn't plan on. Anthony, I need you up here, because you're in the marching band. Am I correct?
Yes.
Come on down. Anthony, give us your last name again.
It's Anthony Aniche.
Aniche, right.
Yes.
Anthony is with the tech program, so he's also with able to do our TV shows. And you're in the marching band.
Correct.
Now, Anthony, you are what in the band? What is your position?
Well, I don't really have a position. I'm one of the players that makes up the 200
Good.
people in the band.
Wonderful. And you perform on what instrument?
I am on the alto saxophone.
Oh, good old alto sax out there. All right, excellent. And by the way, do you use a plastic or a wood reed?
A wood.
Wooden reed. It's much better than the plastic?
Yeah.
Because there was a whole thing many years ago when they came in with plastic reeds for reed instruments as to whether they would be really good or not. And I know clarinet, you use wood,
Yep.
wood as well for Rachel.
Yes.
But they used to have plastic. It was a whole thing for musicians as to which was better.
Yeah, there's
So
like a
use
better
wood.
sound quality with a wooden reed rather than a plastic reed.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. And how do you find your ability to manage being in the tech program, to be able to do our TV shows and other assignments with that, and you're performing on the alto sax within the band? How do you fit everything in, and homework and all that?
Yeah, well, again, it's all time management. You really have to have good time, and you have to schedule out. Like, I have a calendar, I have all my dates down.
Okay.
I have
Right.
my jobs that I have to do, and I have to fit that all in between band and school, and now college. The seniors, we all have to
Right, you're a
apply to
senior.
college.
Yeah.
Right.
And we all
that's
have a lot of
also-
things to do.
It's one more
Yeah, so
thing.
you just have to have a lot of good time management.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anthony.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I wanted Anthony to come in because he performs in the band as well, and I knew he was in the TV tech program, because that you get assignments to do that as well. Thank you so much, Anthony.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. You have your friendships within the band. You have your responsibilities. And do you enjoy knowing that you are able to handle all of these responsibilities? How do you feel about that?
Well, it definitely kind of prepares you for later in life, college and beyond, whatever career you decide to go in. When you have so much to kind of maneuver around and plan out, and and you're still at a young age, you get to kind of make those mistakes that will help you to go further on in life and be able to, deal with college, because college is just as busy, and certainly in the work life. It's one big preparation, which I think is totally valuable while you're still here.
Wonderful. Do you agree?
Absolutely, I agree. Band gives you so much preparation for the future, teaches you like confidence and people skills, and you just get a sense of pride.
And you get to wear the new raincoats.
Which
Yes.
are awesome.
Took a
Raincoats.
long time to get them. They're beautiful, by the way. Wait till you see them on the field.
Yeah.
The black, and it's a very good quality raincoat. I mean, the best. And, it really is protective, and you've got the red inside, so even if the hood is back and unzipped, you've got this beautiful red cape effect to the black.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really cool. Then you can zip it right up, and you've got the all black raincoat. They're really awesome. And certainly, guys, you're looking forward to Disney?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. This is my, I don't know if it's yours, my first big trip, like going out of state with the school, especially with the band.
And you know that when you go anywhere, whether it's Bricktown or down to, Disney World, you are representing Jackson Memorial High School.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the other aspect, that you are truly student ambassadors for us here in the Jackson School District. And that, again, adds to your ability to know that you have to be mature about your behavior, and you're all kind of always on camera, sort of, because people look at you and through your behavior say things or think things about Jackson School District.
Yeah.
Anthony, come back here quick. Anthony, come on back, please. Because you know that too, that when you are performing and then afterwards or before, and you interact with other students from other places, whether it's Bricktown competition or whether it was Tom's River competition or our own here, or coming to Disney World, you represent Jackson Memorial High School.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that aspect of your being a member of the band?
Well, I mean, it's like a confident boost. You have to realize that you are representing an organization, and you have to respect that, and you have to know how to act in front of people. You don't want to be rude, because then that puts the organization down. So you have to always have confidence, and you always have to know what you're doing. You have to be on the track.
Yeah. Stay with me for a minute. What are you looking forward to for this year? Some of the highlights you personally you're looking forward to with the marching band throughout the year. Hunter.
Well, one of my favorite competitions, Yamaha Cup, which takes place at MetLife Stadium in northern New Jersey.
Sure.
That's coming up this Saturday, which is my favorite competition, and I love performing in a stadium and all the things we get to do for that whole day. That's one of my favorite highlights of the season.
Wonderful. What are you looking forward to this year?
I'm looking forward to this weekend performing at MetLife Stadium also. And
okay.
I'm also looking forward to Nationals, because that's our last competition of the year. It's a big deal.
Oh, that's the last one.
Yeah.
Your swan song.
Yep.
Oh boy. Okay. And where is that one again? National.
Allentown, Pennsylvania.
That's right. Mr. Diaz mentioned that. Allentown. That's a pretty hefty trip. A couple hours.
Yeah, I think
guess.
2 hours.
Maybe 2 hours out. Okay. Time to eat at least 3 or 4 sandwiches. Good. Okay. Anthony.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to Nationals. When I was here our freshman year, our show was Les Mis, and when we won Nationals, it was the best feeling in the world.
Wow.
I loved that show, and I want to have that same feeling going out of my senior year.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to Nationals, and hopefully we're gonna win. We are gonna win.
That's it.
We're gonna
We
get
are
first
gonna win.
place.
And you give your all of you, right?
Absolutely.
Correct. Yeah.
Last question. Do you get nervous when you perform out there?
Not really. No.
Doesn't matter if it's nationals or if it's Bricktown or a local competition or anything.
No, it doesn't bother
just-
me. I just put my all in.
That's it, 100%. Rach, do you get nervous? Do you get nervous? Do you get nervous?
I do get a little nervous, but
All right.
I think that helps me. It gives me more adrenaline.
All right. The rush.
Yeah.
The adrenaline rush.
Yep.
Okay. It's interesting. That's why I'm asking each of you, because everybody is different when it comes to how do you handle pressure. You know, this is like going in for a big test. Every time you're out on that field, you are under the eyes of every single judge, every single person in that stand, and they're looking at you and looking at how you perform and listening to everything you do as well. How do you feel?
My first year, it was very nerve-wracking, especially like the first competition I ever marched. I was like shaking because like I had no idea what was going on. Like when it comes to like what's going to be going on, what's the audience going to be looking for, where are the judges going to be. But now it's kind of like second nature. It's kind of like your instincts. Well, especially if you've done a bunch of them, you kind of just go out there and do your thing.
Excellent. So you just get used to it.
Yeah.
You might get a little nervous, but it hones you even more. That little bit of adrenaline makes you stand a little bit taller.
Yep.
You're a little bit sharper. The vision is like the
Yeah.
focus. Boom.
Absolutely.
Now, we're going to do one last thing. Don't go away. Mr. Diaz, come back with that. Bring that with you. I don't know what it is, but let's see it. Come on. Come on. We just got a package in while we're finishing the show. So the last couple of seconds here.
Oh,
All right, come right in.
snap.
Come right in. Come on. I'm going to stay right
Oh,
next to Rich.
snap.
Come on in here.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Come here. What is this? What is this?
This is the new drum major uniform. We've
Oh.
been trying to get these for a little while.
my
We've
goodness,
been waiting. My
look at
drum
this.
majors are going to be so excited. I'm so excited.
That's sweet.
Wow,
Yeah.
so the drum majors, Kelly, Leah, and
And
Vance.
Vans, yeah, these are their uniforms that they're going to be wearing.
Wow.
So actually, as another band parent purchased, I requested that we get drum major uniforms. And again, we were talking about our band parent organization.
Right.
And they actually funded the purchase of these uniforms. So again,
And they
thank you.
just came
They
in.
just came in as you guys are in the middle of this, so I'm
Wow.
super excited right now.
Ladies and gentlemen.
You guys are the first people of the season. Drum majors haven't even seen these.
See, that's right. It just came in the room.
Yeah.
I saw the package come in with a young lady
Yeah.
brought it in, and I knew that Mr. Diaz was opening it, and all of a sudden he's jumping and
Yeah.
leaping, doing backflips. I never knew he could do a backflip.
Yep.
And look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a year ahead of you of watching our Jaguar Marching Band, the Jaguar Marching Band, Jackson Memorial High School, and this has been fabulous. Mr. Diaz, Jason Diaz, Director, thank you so much for everything you do.
All right.
And look at this, you fight for what you want, you know what you need for the band and what you want. We got the new raincoats, here. And they really are fantastic, and use them in good health, guys. And to the future band members, because it's going to last for a long time. And to our marching drum majors, marching band drum majors, they're going to look awesome with this. And this is kind of like a waist length, and then they wear the black,
Absolutely.
the black pants with the red and white stripe, right?
Absolutely.
Wow, going to be dynamic. Ladies and gentlemen, come out to watch our Jaguar Marching Band. Anthony, thank you. Rachel, thank you for your leadership and work. And thank you, Hunter, also. And don't forget, Hunter even has time to be the piggy. And I keep forgetting the Wilbur.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit of Wilbur sound here.
Oh, I don't know. You put me on the spot here.
Oh, just say hello in Wilbur talk.
Hello.
There you are. And even John Gallagher, who's behind the camera. John, come up here. Just leave that on.
boy.
John,
All right.
get right over here. Now you'll notice John also has his Charlotte's Web shirt. So John Gallagher, who works with our TV Tech program, also does Drama Club. He does the musical as well. I mean, you know what, guys? When you're in high school, you're multifaceted. Live your life, enjoy it, and be part of the band. Part of the more than 10% of the student population right here at JMHS. Be a member of the Jaguar Marching Band. They need people. We need people in the front. You can add to the front people who do the flags and the sabers and all that dancing on field, as well as, of course, our musical performers, whether it's sax, whether it's clarinet, or tuba.
Tuba.
And you know what? Be a part of it. Get involved in the high school and come out and see our magnificent Jaguar Marching Band. See you next time on This is Jackson. And thank you for having me here today, guys.
Thank you.
Go Jaguar Marching Band. We'll see you next time, guys, on This is Jackson.